and I feel like you should love your body no matter what. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Raven and I'm a fashion stylist and content creator. But on my channel, I do fashion hauls, fashion tips and tricks, lifestyle, and personnel reviews. This video is a follow-up to my last fashion video. This is how to dress for your body type. In the last video, we went over the ectomorph, endomorph, and mesomorph overarching body types and how each body type is a variation of one or two of those body types. In this video, I'll talk about different shapes of clothes that you can wear to really accentuate your specific body type. And I'll also talk about how what you're currently wearing may not be working for you. This video will help you to dress more proportionately, define your waist, and make sure that you're accentuating the right things on your body. With all that being said, let's get into this video. First up is hourglass. The great thing about the hourglass figure is that you do not have to create shapes and curves. You already got them, honey. You really want to accentuate your waist to define the curves even more. So you want to do that with belts, wrap dresses, and wrap tops, and fitted dresses that come in at the waist. The great thing about hourglass, you can create volume on the top or the bottom, and you can keep both streamlined with tighter fitting clothing. You have more options with this body shape. I know. But this really is the body shape that you can wear almost anything with. Clothing to avoid would be sheath dresses. They really give you no shape. And depending on your figure, they could be tighter in certain areas when they're not really supposed to be. If you do want to go for more of a loose and flowy vibe, you may have to go up a size or two. Next up is the pear shape. Pear shapes are going to be smaller at the top and larger at the bottom. For a pear shape, to make your proportions more proportionate, opt for A-line skirts, a boat neck or off the shoulder top, and bold necklaces and earrings. This will really draw the eye up and accentuate your bust line. You also want to incorporate more flowier tops. This creates more dimension and more volume at the top to make your proportions more proportionate. And when you do opt for a flowier top, remember to define that waist, honey. We never want a waist that's not defined. We always want to make sure that we are defining the smallest part of our waist, honey, okay? So if you do opt for flowier tops, be sure to tuck them in so that you can still define that waist. For pear shapes, you want to avoid anything too tight at the top and anything too loose at the bottom that's going to make your hips appear wider and your top appear smaller. Next up is an apple shape. Apple shapes carry more of their weight in their midsection. To create better proportions, you want to opt for things that will, one, define your waist. You want to add volume towards the bottom with either empire waistlines, wide leg pants, and maxi skirts. You want to stay away from horizontal patterns because that will make you look wider, and think more strategic patterns like vertical stripes that will make you look slimmer. Another strategic pattern that you can incorporate are the dresses that have the piping along the waistline. It gives the illusion of the waistline coming in without it actually doing that. For apple shapes, you want to avoid anything that's too tight at the top or the bottom because it'll accentuate how small your extremities are and how much weight you are carrying in the middle part of your body. So think of looser pants, looser blouses and whatnot, especially in the arm area, a good volume or sleeve drama, if you will, to create the illusion that your body is a lot more proportionate than what it is. We still want to avoid making ourselves look bigger by any means, so make sure that you're still defining that waist, and anything that is mid-rise to high-rise would be great. Next up is the rectangular shape. This is a shape that has very similar proportions when it comes to your bust, waist, and hips. For this shape, you want to add dimension. All of these shapes, we want to define that waistline, honey. So you want to do that with peplum tops, wide leg pants. Also, you can do an A-line or a circle skirt to add more volume towards the bottom. It'll give the appearance of wider hips. For your tops, add dimensions in your sleeves or even a blouse with a little bit more volume. Again, it will give the appearance that you have more of a shape and more going on at the top than you really do. Another great way is to layer. So add different textures, different dimensions by layering layering your pieces, whether that's layering on a blazer. Again, adding shoulder pads is great for this because it will add more dimension towards the top half of your body and make that seem bigger. Now, you don't want to do this with a skinny pant because you're going to look like an inverted triangle by mistake. So if you add dimension at the top, you definitely want to add dimension at the bottom. Stay away from tighter fitting clothing because it'll just accentuate your rectangular shape even more. Opt for more looser or flowier fabrics that will create more dimension and more volume in different areas. Lastly is the inverted triangle, which means that you're bigger on the top and smaller on the bottom. To balance this out, we want to create more volume on the bottom half of our bodies. We're going to do this with wide leg or like palazzo pants. Make sure the pants aren't too tight in your hip area because that'll accentuate how small your hips are, but you want something that's a lot flowier that will create volume around your hips to create the illusion of wider hips than what you actually have. A-line skirts and circle skirts are great for this because they're going to add dimension again towards the bottom half of your body. It's not like a pencil skirt, which is going to accentuate that you have no curves on the bottom half of your body. Things you want to avoid are bodycon dresses. It's going to accentuate the fact that you don't have as much hips and as much curvature going on at the bottom half of your body. You want to avoid doing looser fitting tops or blouses at the top half because it's going to make your top half look even bigger. So you're going to have to work even harder to make your bottom half make up for the difference, if that makes sense. And for inverted triangles, again, avoid having too much of a tight fitting clothes at the bottom. Unless you have something like an oversized shirt or something that's going to cover up past your hips, you want to avoid anything that's like high-waisted, maybe like a legging with something that's tighter at the top as well, because it's only going to accentuate how big of a bust or how much bigger your top half is to your bottom half. So let's talk about tailoring, because tailoring is important no matter what body shape that you have. If there are things that you need to get tailored, whether you need to get them hemmed because they're a little too long, you need to get the hem let out because they're a little too short, do that. We want to think about accentuating the best parts of our body, making sure that our waist is defined, and 3, making sure that we have an elongated shape. Sometimes it's just a nip and a tuck in a blazer to make that waist just a little bit more defined, or even letting out the arm so it doesn't look like you're wearing your little sister's blazer. Tailoring can make anything off the rack look like it was made specifically for you. If you have a bigger bust area, you may want to go up a size or 2, especially in your button-up shirts, so that they can fit in your bust area, and then a tailor can take them in your waist, and if you need to, in the arms. Things to know when it comes to tailoring: only so much fabric can be let out. So keep in mind how much you have in the seam allowances to be let out to have enough fabric to fit what you need. So look for a good tailor in your area that's not too expensive, because tailoring doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg to be done correctly. Monochromatic outfits are another way to really define your body shape and just create a sleek and elongated figure. They help to draw the eye up and down versus focusing on one focal point in an outfit. Again, be wary of the shapes and the fits of everything that you're doing when it comes to these monochromatic outfits, and still tailoring them to your body type. That is it, guys. That is my entire video on how to dress for your body type, honey. As a reminder, these are guidelines and not rules, so take what you like and leave the rest per usual, and make sure that you're using your individual style expression every time you walk out the house. And since you've made it this far, you might as well join the tribe of baddies on a budget, honey, and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you're the first to be notified every time I post a new video. And you might as well follow me on IG and TikTok. Until next time, y'all, watch this video that's picked specifically for you.